Mr. Mpanya, you are muted.
Thank you very much. Apologies. Let me quickly reset my presentation. Right, I'll start from the beginning. Welcome again to the VRP lesson. And today's lesson is for grade 9s, and it's on language conventions and structures, and the activity will be the attributive adjectives. My name is Ntiem Panya. What is an attributive adjective? Attributive adjective is an adjective that is directly adjacent to the noun or pronoun it modifies. The noun and pronoun it modifies. It is not separated from a noun by a linking verb. This is how you can be able to identify it. It is not separated from a noun by a linking verb. In English, in order to identify attributive adjectives, they usually come directly before the noun they modify. The main word here is directly before, the main phrase, directly before the noun. For example, she has a small car. He has some delicious pies. Now, what is being modified here? In the first sentence is a car. So what will be the word small? It will be our attributive adjectives. This car is attributed to the small size. It is small in size. Then the second one is a pie. What is modified? We are modifying the pie, and then we are attributing this pie's taste to something delicious. That is why it is attributive adjective. However, it is possible for attributive adjectives to be used post-positively, meaning they can come after the noun or pronoun they modify. Let's look at them. I got my mom something special. Look at the positioning of this attributive adjective as compared to these two. It comes after. Usain is the fastest man alive. In either case, attributive adjectives are part of the same noun or phrase as the word they modify. If an adjective is separated from the word it modifies by a linking verb, it is not an attributive adjective. I repeat, if an adjective is separated from the word it modifies by a linking verb, that is not an attributive adjective. Instead, we refer to this kind of adjective as a predicate adjective. Let's look at an example here. Attribute adjective. I laughed at the funny clown. The word funny modifies what? The clown, the noun clown. Look at the predictive adjective. The clown is funny. It's a predicate, and this one is attributive. So the clown is funny. Attributive adjectives are part of the same noun or phrase as the noun, or same noun phrase as the noun or pronoun they modify. In practice, this means that attributive adjectives come directly before, or less commonly, immediately after the word that they modify. If an adjective is part of the predicate, meaning it is a predicate adjective, then it is not an attributive adjective. Attributive adjectives with the subject are identified as follows. 1, purple in the purple flowers are my favorite is an attributive adjective used with a subject. Meaning that here we have used a subject for an attributive adjective. Then we have attributive adjectives used with an object. Peter picked up what? Flowers. But now we want to add an attributive adjective to the sentence, Peter picked. Apologies, I had a call. It cut off. It cut me off it cut off my internet. Then let's continue. This is not an attributive adjective. The flowers are purple. It is not an attributive adjective. The two are attributive adjectives. Purple flowers are my favorite because the color purple modifies flowers. Again, attributive adjective. Peter picked purple flowers. The color purple again modifies flowers. But this time, this one modifies a what? A subject, which is purple flowers, and this one modified an object, which is still a purple flowers. Look at the position of this phrase, purple flowers and purple flowers. But now let us look at the third one, because it's not an attributive adjective. The flowers are purple. Here we are just indicating the color of the flowers. Ne? Right, we are not talking about the purple flowers. The following sentences show the different ways we can use attributive adjectives. You will notice that no matter how we use them, they are always right next to the noun or pronoun that they modified. I'm sure you have already picked up on that. Example 1. Lerato loves spicy food. The attributive adjective spicy modifies the noun food. Example 2. Silly, spunky children smiled at Bule. The attributive adjective silly and spunky modify the noun children. The last example, I thought Palisa was waiting for Itabile, but she said she was expecting someone else. The attributive adjective else modifies the pronoun someone. She was not waiting for someone specific, but she was waiting for someone else. As a general rule, we usually place attributive adjectives directly before the nouns or pronouns that they modify. For example, we will say, I bought green apples, not I bought apples green. In that if you buy apples green, it means they are not yet ripe. It may refer to their state of readiness. They are not yet ready to be eaten. But here, I bought green apples. The green color here modifies apples. But here it's just a statement that the apples are not ready to be eaten, or they are not yet ripened. And then when using attributive adjectives, we often follow a particular adjective order. Let us look at that. We say, I bought 2 new jackets, rather than I bought new 2 jackets. Look at the particular order. 2 comes before new, not the other way around. This one is incorrect. However, there are times when it is grammatically correct to place an attributive adjective after a noun. Exception to the rule. A common instance where we do this is when we use superlative adjectives to modify a noun or a pronoun. Here, an attributive adjective is placed after the noun for additional emphasis. When we use superlative adjectives to modify a noun or a pronoun, we do this for additional emphasis. Look at the following example. We bought the newest car available. There were few newest car there, but we bought the one which was available. They took the fastest route possible. There were three fastest routes around town, but two of them were not possible to use. So we took the one that was possible. Therefore, we are adding additional emphasis on the three fastest routes that the two were not possible, only one was possible. So we took that one. She finished her work in the slowest way imaginable. There were other ways in which she finished the work slow, but this one was the most imaginable one. So we're using the superlative adjectives to modify a noun. Attributive adjectives are also often used after indefinite pronouns. Let us look at an example. I want to try something new. Not I want to try new something. I want to try something new. Put this money somewhere safe. It is safe everywhere, but there is a place somewhere where it will be safe. There are a lot of things around, but we want to try the new one. That's something new. We need to leave sometime soon. Look at the position of these superlative adjectives and then indefinite nouns. Here are indefinite nouns. Here we put our what? Our attributive adjective for additional emphasis. However, some adjectives don't make grammatical sense when used as an attributive adjectives. Remember that? Many of these adjectives begin with A as in alive, afraid, alone, and asleep. For example, you are more likely to hear someone say, the children were asleep than the asleep children were in their beds. The children were asleep in their beds, rather than to say the asleep children were in their beds. We have come to an end of another VRP lesson. I hope that you gained something new, you took the notes, and you're going to use them in order to enhance your learning. But before we depart or we leave, remember we have our teach and assess strategy, and that is part of our lesson activity. This, you can access it through our a link. If you join the link or you click on the link or you scan the QR code, it will take you directly to our activity. Until we meet again, thank you very much. Have a wonderful Tuesday. Goodbye.